Ever wondered what the pinnacle of automotive luxury and performance looks like? You know, the kind of car that makes you feel like you've really made it, like you own a piece of art that just happens to have an engine, a really, really powerful engine, that is. We're talking about those rare breeds of automobiles that are more than just transportation, they're a statement. These are the cars that grace the covers of magazines, the ones whispered about in hushed tones at exclusive clubs. The kind that make your neighbor's eyes water, from envy, of course. They represent the perfect blend of cutting-edge technology, breathtaking design, and craftsmanship so meticulous it borders on the obsessive. And let's be honest, folks, who hasn't daydreamed about getting behind the wheel of one of these beauties, putting the pedal to the metal and feeling that rush of pure automotive adrenaline? So buckle up, because today we're taking a ride through the exclusive world of the top 10 most expensive cars on the planet. Get ready to drool, folks. First up, we've got the Rolls-Royce Droptail. Now, you know Rolls-Royce, right? They've been the gold standard for luxury cars since, well, forever. But the Droptail, this ain't your grandpa's roller. This thing is in a whole other stratosphere. We're talking handcrafted beauty, folks, with a price tag that'll make your eyes water. Rumor has it they're only making 13 of these bad boys, each one tailored to the specific whims of its owner. Can you imagine that? Having designers and engineers at your beck and call, crafting every detail of your dream car. Talk about bespoke. From the hand-stitched leather to the wood veneers that probably came from a tree older than time itself. This car screams I've arrived in the most understated, classy way possible. And don't even get me started on the engine. Under the hood you've got a monstrous V12 that could probably power a small village, but instead it propels this work of art to ludicrous speeds with the grace of a gazelle on roller skates. Yeah, the Droptail is more than just a car, it's an experience, an heirloom, a piece of automotive history. Next up is a car that's as much a work of art as it is a feat of engineering, the Pagani Codalunga. Now, if you're a fan of cars that look like they just blasted off the set of a sci-fi film, this one's for you. The Italians are known for their style, but with the Codalunga, Pagani took it to a whole new level. This car is all about curves, folks, sleek lines that flow from the front grille to that elongated rear end, which, by the way, is where it gets its name, long tail. It's like a love letter to aerodynamics, and speaking of love letters, the engine is a thing of beauty too. We're talking a twin turbocharged V12 that sings a siren song of power and performance. This is a car that begs to be driven, to be unleashed on the open road where it can really stretch its legs and leave everything else in its dust. But it's also a car that you could just stare at for hours, admiring the craftsmanship, the attention to detail, the sheer audacity of its design. The Codalunga is proof that sometimes more is more. Hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get real. We're talking about the Bugatti Bolide, a car so extreme, so ridiculously over the top, that it makes a rocket ship look like a station wagon. This is Bugatti's answer to the question, what happens when you take all the rules of automotive design, tear them up, and start from scratch with speed as your only guide? And the answer, my friends, is a masterpiece of engineering lunacy. The Bolide is essentially a track-focused weapon, with more aero bits than you can shake a stick at. A massive rear wing that looks like it could double as a picnic table, and an engine that's just plain bonkers. We're talking about a quad-turbocharged W16 that produces, get this, 1,825 horsepower. Yeah, you heard that right. This thing is an absolute monster, and it's not even street legal. But hey, who needs to drive to the grocery store when you can hit 300 mph on a track? The Bolide is for the true speed demons out there, the ones who live for the thrill of pushing the limits of what's possible. Now, let's talk about a car that's near and dear to my heart, a car that embodies the Italian passion for speed and beauty, the Lamborghini Sian. Lamborghini has always been known for its head-turning designs and screaming engines, and the Sian is no exception. But this time, they've added a little something extra to the mixed hybrid technology. That's right, folks, the Sian is Lamborghini's first foray into the world of electrified supercars. And let me tell you, they didn't hold back. This thing is still powered by a naturally aspirated V12 because, well, it's a Lamborghini. but it's got an electric motor too, which gives it an extra boost of power. Think of it as having your cake and eating it too, but instead of cake, it's 819 horsepower and a top speed of over 217 miles per hour. But what really sets the Sian apart is its design. It's like a spaceship on wheels with sharp angles, aggressive lines, and those iconic Lamborghini scissor doors that never fail to make a statement. It's a car that demands attention, a car that makes you feel like a rock star every time you get behind the wheel. Hold on tight because we're about to enter the world of electric hypercars, and leading the charge is the Rimac Nevera. Now I know what you're thinking. Electric cars, where's the roar of the engine, the smell of gasoline? Well, get those notions out of your head, because the Nevera is here to prove that electric cars can be just as exhilarating, if not more so, than their gas-guzzling counterparts. This Croatian masterpiece is all about instant torque and mind-bending acceleration. We're talking about 4 electric motors, one for each wheel, that combine to produce a staggering 1,914 horsepower. That's right, almost 2,000 horses, all ready to propel you from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a neck-snapping 1.85 seconds. And the best part, it does it all with 0 emissions. But the Nevera isn't just about brute force. It's also a technological marvel. It's got advanced aerodynamics, a lightweight carbon fiber construction, and a sophisticated battery pack that gives it a range of over 400 miles. This is the future of performance, folks, and it's electrifying. Next up is a car that proves you don't need a gas-guzzling V12 to deliver breathtaking performance. Say hello to the Lotus Evija, a British electric hypercar that's as light on its feet as it is heavy on power. Lotus has always been known for its lightweight, agile sports cars, and the Evija takes that philosophy to a whole new level. This thing is a featherweight compared to some of the other cars on this list, and that's because it's built around a carbon fiber monocoque that's as stiff as it is light. And when you combine that lightweight construction with a powerful electric powertrain that produces close to 2,000 horsepower, you get a car that's capable of mind-blowing acceleration and handling. But the Evija isn't just about performance, it's also a stunningly beautiful car, with sleek aerodynamic lines that look like they were sculpted by the wind itself. It's a car that's both elegant and aggressive, and it's sure to turn heads wherever it goes. Let's be honest, folks, when it comes to automotive design, the Italians just have a certain flair, a certain je ne sais quoi that nobody else can match, and the Pininfarina Battista is a perfect example of that Italian magic. This electric hypercar is a rolling work of art, with curves in all the right places, and a presence that commands attention wherever it goes. But don't let the pretty face fool you. The Battista is packing some serious heat under the hood. Or should I say, under the beautifully sculpted bodywork. We're talking about 4 electric motors, one for each wheel, that deliver a combined output of 1,900 horsepower and a mind-bending 1,696 lb-ft of torque. That's enough grunt to launch this Italian stallion from 0 to 60 mph in under 2 seconds and onto a top speed of over 217 mph. But what's even more impressive than the raw power is the way the Battista handles. It's nimble, agile, and precise, thanks in part to its advanced torque vectoring system, which allows it to corner like it's on rails. This is a car that's as much fun to drive on a winding road as it is on a drag strip, and it's sure to put a smile on your face every time you get behind the wheel. Now, this next car might just be the most practical on our list. Don't laugh, I'm serious. It's the Koenigsegg Gemera, and it's a 4-seater hypercar. That's right, folks, you can now take the whole family along for the ride when you're out there setting lap records. Of course, family-friendly is a relative term when we're talking about a car that can hit 60 miles per hour in under 2 seconds. But the Gemera isn't just about practicality, it's also a technological tour de force. It's powered by a hybrid powertrain that combines a tiny 3-cylinder engine with 3 electric motors for a total output of 1,700 horsepower. And get this, it can even run on pure electric power for up to 31 miles. So you can feel good about saving the planet while you're out there blowing the doors off of lesser cars. And let's not forget about the Gemera's unique design. It's got those signature Koenigsegg dihedral synchro helix actuation doors that open upwards and forwards, making it look like something out of a science fiction movie. This is a car that's sure to turn heads wherever it goes, and it'll even accommodate your mother-in-law. What more could you ask for? What more could you ask? When it comes to luxury cars, Bentley is a name that needs no introduction. They've been crafting some of the most opulent and prestigious automobiles on the planet for over a century, and the Bentley Mulliner Bartour is no exception. This limited edition Grand Tourer is a masterpiece of handcrafted luxury, with every detail meticulously designed and executed to create an experience that's second to none. From the moment you lay eyes on the Bartour, you know you're in the presence of something special. Its long flowing lines, muscular haunches and imposing stance exude an aura of power and sophistication, while the handcrafted interior is a symphony of leather, wood and metal, all flawlessly put together with the kind of attention to detail that only comes from true artisans. But the Bartour isn't just about looks, it's also a proper driver's car. Under the hood lies Bentley's iconic twin-turbocharged W12 engine, tuned to produce over 730 horsepower and 738 lb-ft of torque. That's enough grunt to propel this luxurious land yacht from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a mere 3.5 seconds, and onto a top speed of over 200 mph. Who says luxury and performance can't coexist? Last, but certainly not least, we have a car that's a true celebration of everything we love about driving. It's the Aston Martin Valor, a limited edition sports car that's essentially a love letter to the golden age of motoring, when cars were raw, visceral and engaging. In a world of hybrids and electric cars, the Valor stands out as a defiant roar of the naturally aspirated V12 engine. And what a roar it is! The Valor is powered by a 5.2-litre twin-turbocharged V12 that produces a glorious 705 horsepower and 555 lb-ft of torque. But here's the kicker. It's only available with a 6-speed manual transmission. That's right, folks, this is a car for drivers who want to savor every shift, every blip of the throttle, every ounce of feedback from the road. And to make sure you can fully exploit all that power and performance, the Valor is fitted with a limited slip differential, carbon ceramic brakes and a sport-tuned suspension. This is a car that's designed to be driven hard, and it's sure to reward skilled drivers with an unforgettable experience behind the wheel. It's a reminder that sometimes the best things in life are best enjoyed the old-fashioned way. So there you have it, folks, a glimpse into the exclusive world of the top 10 most expensive cars on the planet. These are the cars that dreams are made of, the ones that represent the pinnacle of automotive engineering, design and luxury. They're the kind of cars that make you stop and stare, the kind that make your heart skip a beat, the kind that make you want to work harder, dream bigger, and maybe, just maybe one day, own one yourself. But even if these automotive masterpieces remain forever out of reach for most of us, there's no harm in admiring them from afar, in appreciating the craftsmanship, the innovation, and the sheer audacity of their existence. They serve as a reminder that there's always something more to aspire to, something more to dream about, something more to push the boundaries of what's possible. So tell me, folks, if money were no object, which one of these beauties would you choose to park in your garage? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you ever win the lottery, you know who to call for a test drive.